So for this, right now I'm doing example number 2 here. So I've taken this matrix and I've added on the identity matrix. I'm going to transform it to find the inverse of that matrix. So here is that original matrix that we were given. Here is the identity matrix that goes along with it. First thing I'm going to do is take this first matrix and I'm just going to change everything to its opposite. So that now it's got a 1 there. So now I want to make this -2, I want to make that a 0. So I'm going to take row 1 times 2 and add it to row 2. So row 1 is not going to change. 1, -1, -1, 0. And then this times 2 plus that would be a 0. This times 2, -2 plus 1 would be a -1, I believe. This times -2, or times 2 would be a -2 plus 0 would be a -2. This times 2 plus 1 would still be a 1. Then, like I did in the previous problem, I can see that I need this to be a 1. Well, that's an easy fix. Change everything in this one to its opposite. So now I want to get rid of this. I want to make that a 0. So I'm going to take row 2 and I'm going to add it to row 1 and replace those values. So the bottom row is 0, 1, 2, -1. That part's not going to change. 0 plus 1 is still 1. 1 plus -1 is a 0. 2 plus -1 is a 1. And -1 plus 0 is a -1. So what I end up with here, this right here, that is the inverse. I don't know what if I had labeled, I had labeled as A, sure. So this would be the inverse of A is 1, -1, 2, -1. So then if I try the second one was 2, 4, 4, 8. Okay, so for B, matrix B is 2, 4, 4, 8. I'm putting the identity matrix along with that, so 1, 0, 0, 1. And this sucks right off the bat because I could try to get zeros. That's one thing I could do. I could get the 0 first and then the 1 there. Maybe I'll do that. So if I take this and do row 1 times -2 and add it to row 2. 2, 4, 1, 0. And I take 2 times -2 plus 4 would be 0. 4 times -2 would be -8 plus 8 is 0. 1 times -2 is -2 plus 0 would be -2. And then 0 times -2 plus 1 would be a 1. And this is where the problem comes in. It's like, okay, I could make this a 1. I could just divide everything by 2 there. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. That would make that a 1. 1, 2, 1/2, 0. And I still have 0, 0, -2, 1. But this is what I'm focused on. I've got to somehow turn that into a 1, and there's no way to do that at this point. Usually I get to this, once I'm done with this column, I get on this column. If I want to turn that into a 1, I just divide by it. And I can't do that. Can't divide by 0. So this one is not possible. There is no inverse to matrix B. So there's nothing you can multiply it by and get the identity matrix for an answer.